Mental toughness is a lot about making distinctions between words, between thoughts, between cognitions, whatever you want to call it, and breaking them down and saying, are we sure we're right about this? Because there's only a razor's edge difference, in my opinion, in thinking between the middle class and the world class. And this razor's edge is in a lot of different thought processes, but it's just a little razor's edge. That's it. These superstars are not any smarter, better, faster, stronger, better looking than any of us. They're not. They're just, it's a razor's edge in thinking, so we want to be very careful the way we make distinctions between words and thoughts and philosophies and phrases. Does that make sense? So that's just one of the ways we do it. The next piece of this is, if you'll turn your book over, the next piece of this is sort of the framework of the whole process. And it's what we call the levels of awareness. Again, for those of you who read the book, you know a little bit about this. And so this is sort of the framework of the whole thing. So I want to make sure you guys catch this. Okay, make sure you really lock into this, because we're going to reference this. For those of you that are going to go on the coaching program Mike was talking about for the next 6 months from now, we're going to bump it. Mike wants us to bump it right up to the national convention, and we're going to do some amazing things together. We're going to talk about this a lot, okay? And so if you come with us there, you're going to need to know this. You're going to need to know it anyway for today. We've broken down levels of awareness, conscious awareness, or thinking awareness, you might say, into 5 categories. Now, for you philosophers out there, you're saying to yourself, there's a million levels of consciousness. Of course there are. We're just taking it to the street. This is not, we don't want to philosophize too much in this program. We do a little, but we try to say, you know, that's all really wonderful, but how can I make money? How can I recruit more people? How can I put 100 people in my meetings a month with this info? Give me something I can use, right? All the philosophy is fantastic. How can we use it on the street to make money? That's what this is about. Mental toughness is very results-oriented. So I broke it down to 5 levels that I sort of observed over the years. Lowest level of thinking, we call the poverty class. Now, keep in mind, these are not socioeconomic terms. I mean, they are, but that's not what we're referring to. Socioeconomics, just so you know, I'm not talking about money or socioeconomics in any way, although, that being said, all of us know that money does tend to follow thinking in a very big way. But that's not what we're talking about, just so you know. We just borrowed the terms from socioeconomics. Lowest level poverty class. When we interviewed the poverty class, this is 5% of the population approximately. We interviewed them. We said, we want to know, they believe a lot of different things, and that's the reason they are where they are, for the most part, in general. But we want to know overall, what's the mantra of the poverty class? Unfortunately, what we came up with over the years is life sucks, and then you die. It's kind of funny, it's kind of sad at the same time, and that's why we probably have 3 and 4 generations of welfare recipients and that kind of thing. Hey, some people have just got a hard time and doesn't relate to them, but most of all, I think it probably follows thinking, unfortunately. Not something any of us probably have to deal with, luckily, so we won't spend a lot of time talking about that. Next level, working class thinking, working class consciousness. About 10% of the population, approximately. Working class consciousness. What is the mantra of the working class? Survival. Survival. Gotta survive, man. The world is this is what they say. And again, not putting anyone down. This is just what we've observed over the years. The world's a tough place. It's a very tough place. Tough place. Gotta survive, man. Survival is the name of the game. Survival. Gotta survive. That's it. Okay. Again, probably, hopefully not something too many of us have to deal with, hopefully. The middle class. So we don't deal too much with the working class. Middle class. Now think about this again for yourself. Where do you fit with different parts of your life? You don't have to say, you don't have to tell anyone, but just think to yourself, try to be honest with yourself, where do you fit? For most of my life, this is where I fit, right in the middle class. How do I know? Because that's the results I got. That's how, if you really want to know where you fit, look at your results in any given area. If you've been in the business 2 months, in this business, and you just got licensed, and you're saying, well, I've gotten lower than middle class results. Well, you got to give yourself some time, right? But over time, look at your results, and it'll tell you where you are in the classes. The middle class mantra, more than anything else. I just want to be comfortable. Oh, just let me be comfortable. Please, God, let me be comfortable. Nothing wrong with it. No, I'm not putting down, not judging anyone or anything like that. This is just what they tell us over and over and over. I want to be comfortable. And Larry Wilson, a good mentor of mine and friend, says that when the middle class thinker gets to the pearly gates, St. Peter says, congratulations, you've arrived safely at death. One of our clients is a guy named Charlie Idle. Charlie is the CEO of Simmons Mattress Company, you might have heard of, and a fantastic world-class performer, one of the darlings of the Fortune 500. And Charlie said one time I was talking to him, and he said, you know, Steve, we were talking about this comfortable middle-class idea. And he said, you know, I thought about that for a long time. And he said, when I abandoned that thought process, that's when I started my ascent to the top. And I said, well, tell me more, Charlie, because I love to just probe these guys and find out what's inside their mind, because I know it's different than I've been thinking most of my life, and that most of us think. And he said, you know, I'll give it to you straight. I never forgot this. He said, I just didn't want to see myself sitting in a nursing home one day, looking out the window, thinking to myself that I played it safe. And that just hit me like a Mack truck. I thought, wow, that's a pretty good idea. And I said, well, what did you do? He says, I decided to go for it. I decided to abandon fear and stop being comfortable. He said, I learned, watch this. He said, I learned, Steve, to be comfortable. You know what the finish is. Being uncomfortable. Yeah, they all say that. You've heard it, I've heard it, right? Over and over and over. I learned to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Why? Because I had to have the vision. The vision had to be fulfilled for my family and myself. Had to happen. Wasn't taking no for an answer. And if it wasn't going to happen, there are no guarantees, and I ended up looking out the window at the nursing home, and I had a few bad breaks, and it just didn't happen, at least I could look out the window and say, you know, I didn't make it, baby, but I went for it. I went for it. I was tough. I was fearless. I went for it. Yeah, I fell a little short. Life happens. Sometimes you get bad breaks. Didn't happen the way I wanted to, but I went for it. That's got to be a pretty good feeling even if you don't make it, you know. I mean, hopefully we all will make it, but be a pretty good feeling to know you did everything you could to make it. Comfortable. I just want to be comfortable. Oh, please let me be comfortable. Okay, so that's middle class. That's the one we focus a lot on. Now, the upper class is the next level. Now, I don't know what you think about this, but I used to believe the upper class was the highest level. Mantra of the upper class? Well, I won't even give you the mantra first. I'll just tell you basically their results. Why do we call them the upper class? Well, because they are great at succeeding. They are success machines. They set out to do something, and they do it. The only downside of the upper class I didn't know before, it took me a while to find this out with traveling with them and interviewing them and all these things over the years, is that on the way to getting what they want, they will run you over without even thinking about it. They're ego-driven. Their mantra, the upper class mantra, over anything else is, I'm the best. I want the best. I don't want to just get my goal. I want to beat you and you and you. I want to beat you. I just want to be better because I'm better. I'm bigger. I'm stronger. I'm faster. I'm better looking. I'm, you know. And I thought I really, for a long time, I thought, well, they're getting what they want. They're succeeding. So they've got to be the top. The upper class has got to be the top. But boy, I couldn't have been more wrong. I'm to the point where I don't even want to spend any time with the upper class. Just not my cup of tea. I don't need to beat anyone. I want to help everyone I can help and just get what I want and help everyone. I mean, I don't want to live like that. I'll give you a prime example. I'm going to get in trouble for this someday, but it's just so good I can't resist. I'm just going to say it anyway. And we're videotaping too, but here we go. Donald Trump. Oh. I'm the largest developer in Manhattan. He's not. I have the largest private helicopter in the world. Did you see? The finest golf course. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? You've heard him on like The Apprentice and interviews and TVs all over TV, right? Great guy. I mean, he's got a house 6 miles from where I live in Palm Beach, and my house could fit in his living room. Just don't be impressed. I mean, big house. But. So he's got a lot of success and all those great things, but everything, if you notice, it doesn't ever seem to be enough. Listen, now don't take my word for it. Listen to him. His new book's out. There's another new book out. Success Secret number 8. You know what it is? Revenge. If someone screws you, screw them back. Oh, thanks, Tyler. I'll write that one down. Give me a pen. How do you spell revenge? It's R-E. Oh, come on. Come on, I don't want to live my life like that, do you?